All right, guys, I'm going to go over the next problems now. This is 10, 11, 12, and 13. So Gretchen is rolling a number cube. What is the probability of rolling a 1? Probability of rolling a 1 and followed by a 2 or a 3. So this really means a 1 and then a 2 or 3. Okay, so the probability, I'm just going to draw out a number cube. All the sides, there's 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and finally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know that maybe each side, that isn't what each side looks like, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the probability of drawing a 1 here, this part, is there's just 1 out of 6 and a 2 or 3. So my next roll is a 2 or a 3. So it can be either one of these, 2 or a 3. So that's 2 out of, once again, a total of 6. Multiply straight across. That'll give me 2 over 12. Oops. I'm sorry. My error here. What's my error? I added 6, but I should have multiplied. 6 times 6 is 36. And then I can divide both the numerator and denominator by 2, which will give me 1 over 18. So the answer is G. Okay. Next problem here. A department store is having a promotion. Customers will spin both of the spinners below to determine the amount of a gift certificate. The value of the gift certificate is calculated by multiplying the result of spinner 1 by 10 and multiplying this result of spinner 2 by 1 and adding them together. For example, if spinner 1 if spinner 1 lands on a 2 and spinner 2 lands on a 5, the customer receives a $25 gift certificate. So 2, this is multiplied by 10, and this is multiplied by 1. So if you get a 2 here, you'd multiply it by 10. Here you multiply by 1. 2 times 10 would be 20. And then you'd add that to 5 times 1, which is 5. And then you add these together, which would be 25. Oops. And okay, so what is the probability that the gift certificate is going to be more than 20? I think the way to do this problem is just to write out all the different combinations. So you could have, if we get a 0 here, oh, but they're not equal. Okay. The key to this problem is actually dividing this here. This is a 0, and this is also a 0. We're going to erase that right there. Same thing here. 2 and a 2. The reason why I did that is because this here has 1/2 of the chance to get it. Now, since I've divided it into fourths, every single number has the same chance of getting it. So we could do this. We could get a 0 and then a 5, 3, 2, or another 2. That's if I start here, the 0. I could also get, if I start with this 0 here, I have the same number of options. I can get a 5, 3, 2, or another 2. Now, I know that, and then let's figure out the prices for all these. So this would be 5 times 1, which is just 5, because the 0, you don't get any money. This would be 3, this would be 2, because it's just 2 times 1, and this would also be 2. None are over 25. Here, this is 5, 3, 2, and 2. So if we land on a 0, we're not going to make any money. Now, how about this one here? 1, I could get a 5, 3, 2, and then another 2. So that's if I get the 1 first. Or if I get the 2 first, it's the same amount of options. 5, 3, oops, there's an arrow, 2, or 2. So these are the total different options. Now if I get a 1 and a 5, so this is going to be times 10. I'll write this in. This is times 10. These are times 10. And these here are times 1. So I can just add this to that. So this one would be 15. This one would be 13. This one here would be 12. And this one is also 12. Okay, so this 2 times 10 is going to be 20. So then I'll just add all these to that. So that's 25. This one here is 23. This one is 22. And this one here is 22. So the total amount of options, there's 4 options here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's also 4 options here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 options here. And there's also 4 options here. We need to figure out the total number of options. That is greater than 20. And the only options that I see that are greater than 20 are all of these here. You have to get a 2 in order to have a gift certificate that's over 20. So there's the desired outcome. There's 4 possibilities here. And there's a total of 4, 8, 12, and 16. So 4 out of 16, which would be simplified to 1/4. So the key here was noticing that this 0, if we divide it in half, then the circle would be into quarter circles, and they'd all have the same amount, the same probability. Because the circle before, when it was divided in half and like this, yikes, this 0 is a 1/2 probability. There was a couple other ways you could do it, but I thought that this was probably the best way, or one of the good ways. Okay, 2 more. A number cube is rolled twice. What are the chances that the number cube will land on 3 both times? Okay, well, we'll look up here. So we want this both times. So we want the probability of 3 and another 3. Probability of 3 and another 3. So here it's 1/6 probability. There's only 1 3 out of 6. And same thing, 1/6. Multiply straight across, which will give you 1 out of 36. Answer's F. Okay, a coin is tossed and a number cube is rolled at the same time. What is the probability that the coin will land on heads? So probability of heads and even number on a die. Even number. Okay, so the probability of getting a heads, there's 2 sides and 1 heads, and an even number. So if we look up here, it can be 2, 4, or 6. That's 3 total possibilities out of 6. Multiply straight across. 1 times 3 is 3. 2 times 6 is 12. And this fraction here can be simplified to 1/4 if you divide both the numerator and denominator by 3. So the answer is C, 1/4. All right, thank you everybody, and good luck. Now finish the rest of the problems.